Okay,
As jy voel jy moet.
nee man.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome back, guys.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in again. This is, I think, episode 65.
Jeez, come quite a way. Eh?
Yeah.
365 in a year, so 1 year's worth of programming coming up soon.
Yeah, it's a lot of content that we've been doing. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for the sauce makers for sending us the sauces, because without this we won't be sitting here.
True. And yeah, no, geez, there's a lot of artisanal sauces and sauce makers here. I mean, there's new kids on the block or old kids on the block being rediscovered every day.
Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, and yeah.
Notification bell so you know when the new content comes.
Then what we've got here today, Rissie Boer, or as I would be an English chili farmer. We're going to have 2 episodes of his stuff. So this is the first one with 4 products, and then the next one with the next 4.
I sat down.
We need some cream cheese, man.
Yeah, that'll work.
See, that'll be awesome.
I love the jams. I love it when guys get together and do us chili jams. And I think my wife the other day found one of my jams and didn't read the label. Because I've got a weird SMS. This is yours.
Lekker, let me quickly get us a knife, and then we can start with the jam.
No. Cream crackers.
We have the imminent arrival of a knife and a plate.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, Serrano, generally not a very hot chili. I've got a Serrano berry jam. Tomatoes, chilies, sugar, lemon, ginger, honey. Nice.
Yeah, it's lovely packaging too.
So check this out.
End of the month salty cracks.
Yeah, there we go. It is just about the end of the month, salty cracks. Bri boy, we miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
Fridays aren't the same. Summer's coming and the guy's busy, eh?
Yeah, they took a rain check again today, so enjoy the rain, guys.
They should have took a rain check yesterday because it was raining. You know, these are easy. They can't get it right.
Needs it. Cream. Most nice of cheese. Very nice.
Very like a jam. Nice rich flavors.
Definitely hotter than most of the jams I've tasted. It's not a hot jam. It's not overpoweringly burning my mouth or anything, but it's definitely a little warmer than the average jams, but very nice.
You know where I want this jam? You know when we were young, in our day, when Oma used to bake jam turkeys. But with this instead of the normal jam.
That's it.
Very nice. Highly recommend. Donder is lekker.
I know who's taking that
Like
one.
a sweet.
We're going to my collection.
He's already got it in his hands.
It's mine now.
Yeah, the fridge is too full, guys. These sauces, unfortunately, they have to go somewhere, you know.
No, the jams I'm first up for.
Next one we're going to do is the sweet kisses. So, let's quickly get a little video of Isak and Rissie Boer chatting. We're also going to be explaining the Scoville scales, and then we'll be back.
See you now.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Friday special of the Capsicum Show. Today in the house we've got a very special guest whom I met at the market recently, but you guys already know this. We did a sneaky midweek episode with one of his sauces, and we'll chat more about that sauce and the rest of it now. But without further ado, I'm Isak from Kennesinal, and you are.
I'm Tony Maton and I am from the Rissie Boer, or if you want it in English, the Chilli farmer, but yeah, we do it as the Rissie Boer, you know. So,
Yeah.
that's me.
Proudly South African.
Natuurlijk.
Okay. So, first off, let's get to the start of things. So, tell the viewers a bit. Where did your journey start with chilies, and when did you realize that how did you realize you are into chilies, and how did it kind of grow from there?
You know, I've always liked chilies. I've always liked warm stuff. It obviously comes and goes, you know, in phases. Sometimes you have some, you don't have it. So, but this basically was a thing that I thought of in the beginning of the year. With COVID and everything, and with time getting as tough as it is, I was looking to make a quick buck. And yeah, it sort of turned into an obsession. And 2 months later, I started in February. I started experimenting with the sauce.
Yeah.
Starting to get the flavors and things right. I probably have about 20 liters of sauce still in the freezer that we still need to eat. But as I've refined it, I've basically come up with the sauces that I currently have. There's still some changes that I want to make to the sauces. They're not completely where I want it, so there's still going to be some tweaking to be made, but the basis of the sauces are currently what I want.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. So yeah, a question from tasting the Cacafuego that we did on the midweek. I tasted it before the show already at the market, and then from there it was like every single night up until the midweek special. I just had to have it. So, but the flavor profile and the taste that I got out of it was yet again like most craft sauces, but you get some of them that are just a bit unique, where you can see that this person comes from a different angle with the flavor and spice profiles and that. And that was for me one of those sauces where all the flavors blended in perfectly. There was nothing that sort of stood out and said, I can taste this clearly, that I can almost, it's like everything was almost in equal levels. So was there something specific that inspires you, or some idea that you got that made you make the sauce the specific way that you do?
Basically I made the sauces for my own taste buds.
Okay.
It's like I said, it was trial and error. It was all for science, a lot of stuff, and until something that I could enjoy came out of it. And obviously I did a lot of taste testing as well as the ones I had my colleagues at work, and everybody taste test, giving their feedback and ideas and stuff like that, and that's how the sauce essentially came to be. So there's a lot of input that went in. The one thing that I do the base of the sauce is similar to most other craft sauces. You've got your onions and your garlic and stuff like that in the sauce. My thing is I've got a specific blend of spices and herbs that I've put in, which has given it its particular flavor. And that is my sort of secret sauce, one can say. My secret herbs and spices, like the colonel would say. Yes.
You see, but that's important. I'm one of those people that believe that if you make a craft chili product, yes, it's fine, like you said, to have the base ingredients like what most people use, but there must always be either a part of the making process or certain spices that is just a thing that you do and no one else does it, that you kind of worked out. And otherwise, what's going to make your sauce different from the rest of the brands? So, and that's why we like the craft stuff, because so far it was few and far between that stuff was similar to one another, but most of the times it's a complete unique thing. So the names of the sauces kind of intrigues me as well, because it's straight to the point, like this one, for instance.
The tender touch.
Yes. So
yeah, like I said, if you look at the color of the name of the sauce there, it matches up with the color of the Scoville scale that I've put on there. Okay. So this one, tender touch, because it's a mild sauce, 25,000 on a Scoville. So you will see I don't rate 1 to 10 like most people on their bottles, and it's a 10 sauce and it doesn't taste like anything. So I try and mimic my Scoville scale to what the chili's actual Scoville scale is. So if I say mild there, this is probably going to be a hot sauce for most other people. So I'm using the Scoville definition of mild, medium and hot, and not your general.
That makes sense. That's like the same as when I make a chili something. I don't put 3 out of 5 or whatever. I put a plus minus. I work a plus minus out of the Scoville, and I put there that it lies between that Scoville range, and it's.
So how I figured it out was obviously the amount of chilies to the amount of other product in there, and as I was for sciencing the whole thing, I incrementally increased the chili content until I got to a point where the chili, the Scoville plateaued. And at that point, I said, okay, this is then how much chilies needs to be in the sauce to actually get the Scoville that you require.
See, that's a very interesting thing that I think a lot of people can, like a principle that people can learn from out there. And that's a good way to gauge, because a lot of people think, let's throw 3 or 4 in here per batch.
No.
Okay, but how many liters are you sitting with? No, I'm going to throw 3 or 4 chilies in there. And when I started my experimentation, it was the same thing until I eventually found out like a good way to gauge how much of what to add. And but is there a specific percentage that it works out to for each and every sauce, or does it vary from sauce?
It varies from sauce to sauce. But generally, anything above 50%, you will start getting your required or your Scoville that you're looking for. Anything less than that, and then the Scoville is going to go down as well. Obviously, it also depends on how you prepare the sauce. Because if you're going to roast your chilies or cook the chilies, that is going to denature the capsicum in it as well. So that is definitely going to diminish your Scoville. So even if you make sort of like your Serrano sauces, maybe drop 1 habanero in there just to bump up the Scoville a bit, something like that. So one has to take into account the denaturing of the capsicum as well.
A lot of times go for fresh chilies. So instead of dried or smoked or whatever the case is.
So if I take my chilies, so half of the chilies I do roast because you want to get that roasted pepper taste, but the other half is fresh because you don't want just fresh chilies, because then it tastes like a green sauce, and not everybody likes the taste of a green sauce, not like a peri peri or something like where you use the raw chilies in, so.
Green sauce, we call it a salad dressing.
Salad dressing
must have like a flavor to it. Is there any of the sauces or the stuff that you brought to us now that has a specific story behind it or behind its name or?
Not really as much as, like I said, I originally started with this as a quick money making scheme. Obviously, it's turned out to be something a lot different for me. I've always been, I won't say creative, but I've always, been creative with names and stuff. So when I was thinking up of the names, I thought, what name would encapsulate what the sauce would be. I mean, obviously, things like the Thai chili sauce here, the rings thing, everybody knows what rings thing is. So, and it's also one of the things that I looked at when I did the sweet sauces, because the Scovilles for the savory sauce and the Scoville for the sweet sauces are the same, because I use the same base chilies.
Yeah.
So tender touch, sweet kisses, because it's a sweet sauce. Tender touch, sweet kisses. So ring sting, sweet sting. Gut punch, sweet carnage.
Yeah. So even the names have a correlation between one.
Yeah. So that's the sauces. On the jams itself, so for instance like this, I've not come up with unique names for the jams yet. It's still coming, but so you just basically have the name. But things like my other products, like my spice rubs and stuff, and they've got the red rub horror, which is used with the habanero, dried habaneros inside, for the rubs and things like that. So the names I've made up as it's come along, and obviously I've also gauged from people the names as well. Like with the Cacafuego, for instance, the original name I actually had it was the Psalm 121 sauce. But people said that people not going to like that. It was funny because the first verse. Okay, I'm not so well versed in the English Bible, but it's that I turn my eyes up to the heavens. Where does my help come from? Because you're going to need help from above if you're going to eat the damn sauce.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny. Other people said no, it's insensitive. So obviously they didn't use it. So I went with the Cacafuego.
Yeah, because unfortunately nowadays you have to be politically correct.
It's not about political correctness or stuff as well. It's just being courteous to other people and their beliefs.
And the meaning. We had an interesting little conversation about the meaning of that word. Now, I googled a bit, but I'd like you to explain to the viewers, because it's not just a word that just rolls off the tongue. There's a meaning to it that ties in with the sauce.
Yeah, so Cacafuego, it's a sort of bastardized Spanish word. So it was originally used in Victorian England as a swear word. So when things, basically, if something was a shit show, it went complete tits up. So then it was, as I said, we went Cacafuego, which means shit fire. It's a complete, like the bagging of the shit fire. Yeah. So that's basically where the name comes from, because if you're going to be eating this sauce, you're going to be shitting fire. So
it's good. Which luckily I haven't done yet. But for the people out there that are not in the same tolerance level as Oaks like us, yes, that is something. Put the toilet paper in the fridge.
No, well, you can also see when I sell the sauce, I sell it with a free bottle of Vaseline and toilet paper.
Lekker. No, this is awesome. I can't wait for us to test these sauces in whichever order we're going to test them. The jams I'm looking forward to. There's a lot of local people that do jams, but percentage-wise, everyone that does craft sauces, it's a smaller percentage that does stuff like jams and relishes and stuff on the side as well.
Yeah, but see, the jams and stuff I'm specifically doing because there's a lot of interest in the tea gardens and your delis and breakfast spots like that who wants to do chili jams and stuff like that as part of their offerings. So this is one of the reasons why I made this, is specifically to sell to these types of markets. I already have places not too far from here, for instance, which already has my Thai tomato jam on their menu, so.
No, that is amazing. But listen, without further ado, guys, as much as I'd love to chat for another couple of hours, I think let's get to the sauce tasting, and then we'll see you Oaks next time. But before we go, Tony, where can people find you? Where can they find your products currently?
Alright, so
Social,
currently
website,
on the social medias, you can find me on Twitter, on the Instagram, and on Facebook. So on Twitter, I'm at Rissie Boer. At the Instagram, not Instagram, I'm at rissie.boer. Sorry, I'm old.
What is Instagram where the people can quickly order a gram of chilies and it comes in seconds?
I wish. And then of course on Facebook you can find me as the Rissie Boer or just Rissie Boer there. Everything will be posted on there, what shows I'm going to be at. Hopefully by the end of the month I'm going to get my website up and running, which is going to be www.rissieboer.co.za. So keep an eye out for that one as well. And on there I will have all my sources. I'm also going to be doing things like hot honeys. I'm also going to be doing the spice rubs. I'm going to be selling chili plants and seeds and all these types of things. So yeah, keep an eye out on that.
And maybe a hot challenge in the future?
Maybe a hot challenge. I'm not looking at it yet, but if the...
Eventually.
Yeah, I've got about 45 Carolina Reaper plants coming up. So
I'm in.
Keep an eye out.
If they ever go missing, then you know where to find them. Guys, on that note, let's get to the tasting. And from myself and from
Tony,
have a stunning weekend and stay hot and stay healthy.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, lekker. Thanks for that lekker video, guys. That was also an interesting info.
Yeah, what a lekker chat. What an interesting oak.
Yeah, very. Thanks again, bud, for the sauces, and let's tackle the sweet kisses.
Why do I have a feeling that's going to be a sweet chili sauce?
Well, we don't know. Until we taste it.
Yeah, and it's the light green one, which is mild. It says it's about up to 25,000 Scovilles.
Yeah, so that's what I like. What I like about his scale on there. We can, how he's got it lies between this and this level. So it's not an exact thing. So no one can say, oh, you were wrong. And how the color of the font of that specific source name on the bottom matches up with the scale, so that you can see, oh, it falls between that and that. It smells bloody
Definitely
amazing.
sweet.
Only one way to eat it.
Too much of a good thing. Very good flavors.
Yeah, that is what a sweet chili sauce is supposed to be. You can taste the chili, it's got that little bit of a tingle, but it doesn't burn. But the sweetness is there and not too much.
It's got a nice little, like a little linger, but just on the tongue.
But still a family sauce. The kiddies and even Oma will be able to enjoy that without feeling like they're dying.
No, exactly. What's the ingredients on there?
Oh, again, not very informative. Must be a secret batch. Oh, there we go, top there. Chilies, garlic, ginger, vinegar, honey, spices. Yeah. So, pretty similar to the jam
In heat level.
as well, eh?
Yeah.
Very similar to me in heat.
Definitely there's a more jam, yeah, more fruitiness.
There's
And
the
then
sweet
yes,
chili.
the sweet chili, yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. We might
They don't
fight on
also,
where that one's going.
That one also on like oriental dishes and stuff, sweet and sour.
Dude,
Exactly.
I tell you, this thing with crackers and cream cheese even.
Yeah.
Take that and just pour it over a whole slab of cream cheese and take your crackers and just
A puri roll.
beautiful.
You want to eat a puri roll, but you don't want to burn now, but you just want that flavor of chili.
No, that's true. Next, move on to the next one.
Rissie Boer. I
A
mean,
lovely yellow greenish color, lime-like color. Once again, tender touch. Again, around about 25,000 Scovilles. The ingredients of this one: chilies, garlic, carrot, celery, onion, lemon juice, herbs and spices, and then a preservative, which is potassium sorbate.
So again, chicken and fish jump out at me on that one.
Yeah, yes, if you marinate, we haven't even tasted it, but we're already saying
I'm just going by the ingredients.
But the proof is in the pudding.
let's crack it.
Hey, there we go.
Very nice sauce so far.
I definitely would rate it even
Excuse
with
me, guys.
anything. Just looks a little. Yeah,
Like a
nice consistency. Yeah.
Yep, seeing the consistency, I'm excited for that one.
Just watch out. Sometimes when they start, they don't stop. Yeah. Yeah, it stays like that. It's like a thick sauce.
Yeah. So the consistency is consistent with this one. Excuse the
Chicken.
bun.
Chicken fish, one top.
Smells amazing.
Mild, eh? Mild. Definitely a mild one. This.
It's the same brand scones as the others.
Okay.
Got a little zing, a slightly different one than the previous ones.
Oh, it builds on you.
But the lemon is there.
Yeah, I was just about to say there's that underlying sourness, but not too much. You can taste it, but
Yeah, that one we can try with a few dishes.
now one thing I can compliment from this, even from the Caca Fuego that we did on the midweek special, this oak definitely knows where he's got definite talent, not just bringing the flavor out, but the ratios of the ingredients. Because now with the Caca Fuego, those two and this one, I've not tasted one of his sauces where one of the flavors or ingredients are too overpowering. It's all just that perfect mix of it.
Yeah, definitely. And that leaves us with the last one for today. But we will be back next week with the next four. This is Sweet Sting. Immediately, it's not written in green, it's now in this funny orange, which puts it into the medium, which is up to 175,000 scovilles. So we should start tasting.
A step up.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, from what he said when I'd spoken to him, this is a similar deal to the sweet chili one that he has, but just for the oaks that like a sweet chili, but they want a bit more heat to go with it.
Okay, so it's the same base as that with just hotter peppers.
But I'm talking under correction, but that's if I remember correctly. That's why there's both the word sweet is in the names.
No, let's crack it. No, one Sweet Sting makes sense. It's going to burn a bit more than...
And I mean, if you check the color and the consistency, it is basically, it's a similar
Smells delicious.
sauce.
You
I have
smell a
a
different
feeling-
pepper.
I have a feeling we're going to fight on where that sauce ends up after the show.
I'll gladly put it in the fridge.
But in this fridge or your fridge?
No, we can have this one in the bowl. Let's taste it first.
Yeah, let's not jump the gun.
Definitely a little darker in the sauce as the last.
That smells
Sweet chili was a
amazing.
little bit more orangey. This one's definitely got a bit more fiery red in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice. I get slightly more heat, but not 175,000 scovilles or 150,000.
I'm almost getting less sweetness.
Yeah.
So
More
it's,
chili
The
flavor.
sweetness is there, and it does creep a little bit. It's not going to kill you on.
okay, for those of you on a diet, sugar free, I'm just joking. And sugar added.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it, that's my
Yeah.
point of view.
That's like your lager and that's your light.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out our spring bash coming on the 1st to the 4th. I'll add some video keys in for us, so yeah, you'll see some more info there. Pull in.
Especially Friday. A Friday spring break was geared specifically for the chili heads, isn't it? There were
Yeah.
challenges and
We're gonna have some lekker challenges here.
maybe a
Prizes
giveaway
too,
or two.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
chili orientated.
We've got lots
as well.
of chili sauces for giveaway, so see you guys then. But I just want to say well done, Rissie Boer. Can't wait for next week.
Baie dankie Rissie Boer. I really enjoyed those sauces.
Tony, your Esther.
On that note, we'll catch you next week. Stay hot.
Stay healthy. Cheers.